Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Irene's Braids and I am here to make hair content for those who are wanting to learn how to braid like a pro. So for the curly hair, we'll be using Burmese 20-inch curly feathered hair. And I also picked up this Little Looks braiding hair that I just showed you. This hair is going to be perfect for the length that we are doing today. So we wanted to go for a middle part look. I've already parted out the top in a U-shaped parting, so that way we will have a total of 4 rows of single braids at the top. Then I'm going to add just a single row of individual braids towards the nape of her head and on each side of her hairline. So I started off by creating my braid pattern. I am going to start off with this size, and I'm going to also add in a small piece of extension braiding here to help build up on that braid. I don't want to make the braid too thick because this is where I'll add in some crochet pieces so that way it blends in nicely, but I want to keep this braid very small so that way the crochet pieces will lay nice and seamlessly through. As you see, I'm going to continue to braid around the perimeter, and I'm going to make sure that my size braid stays small just like this, so that way that as it meets towards the back, and then I also do the other side, everything stays aligned. So I'm being sure that as I'm braiding, I'm not braiding too tightly because we are going to still crochet in those pieces of feathered human hair. We bought a total of 5 bundles of the Burmese curly. This hair is very, very thick. Any type of Burmese, it's gonna be thick. So if you're not looking for a full head of crochet braids, you may not need to purchase 5, but she wants hers very full. She loves big hair. This U-part crochet hairstyle is a versatile hairstyle. However, we decided to go with the middle part, but she can still do a half up, half down, being that we braided the perimeter as well. And she can also ponytail it in a low ponytail. So here I am tacking down the braids that I did in the middle. As I finished off of the braid pattern in the back, I used the middle to braid each braid up into one another. And right now I'm just tacking down the end piece of her natural hair so that way it hides nicely as I crochet. I did add a rubber band so that way I can find it at the end. Now every time I do that tacking with the natural hair in the braid pattern, I always make sure that I take a picture or I record myself tacking it down so that way when it comes to the takeout process, I know exactly where I'm going to look to find where that rubber band is to take it out and make sure that we're not cutting her natural hair. Now, I also recommend using a color rubber band because I think you can find it much easier. So it'll be up to you on how you want to do it. So as you see here, I'm starting off with my individual braids. I've already started the process, and I'm only using one curly piece of feathered crochet hair for this entire row. And what I did is I only used the first tail end of that crochet piece. I left it out. I made sure that the thread was hiding in between the braid. And what I did was I took and borrowed some pieces out of that Burmese curly until I braided down towards the tips like so. This Burmese curly hair is extremely thick. It's thick, thick hair. So you will be able to borrow from that Burmese curly hair to make boho pieces if you want to stretch the hair out and you don't want to have too many curls. So I went in with a little bit of this baskin leather edge control for her edges. That way everything can blend nicely. I really found this product to be very helpful when doing just her hairline towards the front. That way it can lay nice. It wasn't a sticky product. It laid nicely and it did not turn white. I have not experienced it so far. I'm not saying that it won't on you. I'm just saying that it did not turn white on this client. So even while doing her individual braids on the sides of her edges, I did go in with 2 separate pieces of Burmese feathered human hair. So I started off with the first one towards the tip, towards the edges, I'm sorry. That's why the hair curls more thicker, falling towards the front of her face. And then as I braided down, I took and borrowed from the second curl, but then I ended it off with another second piece of the feathered hair. And now the tips are nice and thinned out, so that way it's not too full and bulky. So this is looking pretty good. So again, in the back, I only used one piece of feather crochet hair, and then towards the edges, I did two. For the last 4 rows, I am going to be using a total of 2 to 3 pieces of feather crochet hair. And why I'm doing that is because the higher you go up, the more you're going to need to add extended hair to meet with what you did at the bottom. Now I'm taking my time parting out my cornrows, individual braids, so that way that every piece is laying nicely underneath what I did below. So every client's head size is different, so I don't recommend that you count out your braids exactly how I did, because if your client's head's smaller than my client's, then she would have too many braids in such a small area. But if your client's head is more fuller, then this is the best amount for you to do. So I think that you should judge it based off of your client's head size. When doing these individual single braids, I added braiding hair for each braid. And the reason being is because I feel as though with doing the feathered look, even though I am braiding those pieces into the braid, the braiding hair is going to help support it. So that way it's not just laying on the natural hair. So in my opinion, I think that you should use braiding hair as well. However, you can do this look without braiding hair, but I also feel like if someone's paying for this look, this will give them more support, but then also the style can last a little bit longer. So this is how it looks so far. I am loving it. The braids are nice and clean. And this is pretty much how I'm going to start doing her feather crochet pieces. So when it comes to the feather crochet, guys, I'm only looping one time. That's it. Just one time. And you'll see me take this crochet hook a few times throughout this video process. What I'm doing is I am using that crochet hook to dig up the thread a little bit off of the base of the braid, because you want to make sure that your threads are connecting, but also you need to make sure they're lining up. That's how they stay secure and they don't fall out. And no, this does not make it harder to take out. So the reason why I don't have to loop mine 4 and 5 times is because I'm lining the crochet thread side by side. That is the key, guys. You don't need to knot this more than once. And this is how you allow this hair to be reusable. Yes, this hair is an investment. Yes, this hair costs. However, if it's done right and the takedown is done right and the upkeep of you wearing this style, if you're upkeeping it correctly, you can reuse this hair. So let's talk about upkeep. So when it comes to upkeep, I always recommend that my clients try to fluff their hair out daily if possible, but I do think it needs to be done daily. You can go in with a leave-in, not a leave-in, but a daily moisturizer. I am loving, there is another product I'm loving. It's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't, Silky for You. I think that's what they call it. The Hawaiian Silky, I'm sorry. Hawaiian Silky, I am loving that product. I'll try to find it and attach it in this video clip so that way you can see it. And then a little bit of water to mist your hair. You want to mist your hair, but you definitely want to make sure that you're rubbing your hands through it daily. This is not something where you want to wet it and then put a scarf or a bonnet on and just go to bed. No, you want to do this process maybe in that morning when you're getting up and then go on about your day. I do recommend that you wash this hair. When the curls are not acting right, that means it's time to wash. That means it's too much product and buildup on the hair, so you need to wash this hair. And this hair will go right back to how you need it to be. And then you could take a brush, get a wide tooth brush, and you can use that brush to detangle the hair as well. But I would recommend separating the single braids before you do that and only brush the crochet part. That part can handle that type of brushing. Take your time with the single braids, that way you're not yanking and ripping at your hair. And let me know if you've used this basket leather edge control, because this stuff is pretty good. I mean, it laid my client's edges down with no hassle. It does leave a nice hold, but I haven't found it to be a greasy hold. So if you've used this and you like this product, let me know. And if you don't like this product, and you have another product that you could recommend, let me know as well, because I'm trying to find different products that could work with edges, but I do believe that every product works differently on every client. So this is the final look. Everything turned out lovely. We only used 4 out of the 5 Burmese bundles, and we love her hair. So if you love it too, drop some comments in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.